How can I work more efficiently? You might not be able to do more, but you can work smarter. Here are some tips for working with less and accomplishing more. Work smarter, not harder. If you want to work smarter, not harder, here are some tips. Don't be a slave to your schedule. It's important to carve out time for yourself and your family every day, even if it means putting off an activity that would normally be done on the hour or half hour. Avoid the temptation of working too much by setting boundaries with yourself. This can be difficult when we're in a new situation and don't know our way around yet, but by setting clear expectations for yourself about how long each task should take, and then sticking with those numbers instead of exceeding them or falling short, you'll give yourself permission not only as an employee but also as an individual who wants her own time back from work years later. Focus on fewer things. You can work more efficiently by focusing on fewer things. Why is it important to focus on fewer things? Because there are more important things than others, and you should focus on them instead of everything else. How do you do this? By focusing on the big picture and having a clear vision for what you want or need to achieve in your life and career. Set deadlines for yourself. Deadlines can help you stay on track and avoid distractions, which is especially helpful if you're studying or writing a paper. When setting a deadline, be sure to make it realistic. If the deadline is too far off, it'll seem like an impossible task and may cause procrastination. Give yourself time to do all of your work before going on vacation or having some other obligation that keeps you from getting things done during those days off, like spending time with friends. Break down large tasks into smaller ones so they don't seem overwhelming when they arrive at their completion date later down the line. This will help motivate yourself even more than just making them finish by themselves would. Planning your time is important. It helps you to be more efficient, productive, and successful. How do I plan my time? Planning your day involves determining what tasks you will complete in a given amount of time, and then mapping out the steps involved in completing those tasks. This can include creating schedules for yourself or delegating tasks based on a set schedule, such as morning meetings. The first thing to do is to wake up early. This is not a luxury, but an absolute necessity if you want your day to be productive and efficient. Have a routine before going to bed. Make sure that your alarm clock is set for the same time every night and that you have no distractions in place when it goes off. Example, a partner sleeping next door. Once awake in the morning, spend at least 30 minutes doing something calming like meditating or reading until it's time for breakfast. Then get dressed and ready for work. Your body will thank you later on when those extra hours spent resting come back around again during the day, and then some. You can work smarter and not harder to work more efficiently. The difference between working smarter and working harder is like the difference between eating a giant piece of cake and eating a tiny piece of cake. The first one is more satisfying, but it's not necessarily better for you. As with most things in life, there are trade-offs involved. But what does that mean? How can we work smarter without having to do less? Here are some tips on how. Think before you act. Make sure that your actions lead towards your goals. This means making sure that what you're doing today will help you reach your goals tomorrow, or at least make them easier. For example, if I'm trying to write an article about how people should work smarter, then my first step should be research into efficient ways people have been able to reach those ends so far. Example, reading up on productivity techniques. If this doesn't seem like something worth doing right now, and maybe it isn't, maybe pick another project entirely instead. It may seem pointless, but think about how much time could be saved by eliminating unnecessary steps from our daily routine. That would definitely save some stress. We all have the ability to work smarter and not harder. It's just a matter of training yourself to be more efficient in your workday, and it will pay off for you as well as for your company or organization. You don't have time for procrastination, so start taking action today.